Alrighty then, so we are here. Welcome guys, welcome back to the War is Coming Grand Final. This is game number 3 between the TyRanT Legends and the TyRanT Warlords. Score 2-0, and the TyRanT Legends off to a pretty good start with 2 pretty fast games as well. They certainly did have a very good start to the grand finals, and well, I'm sure they're going to be looking forward to, or looking to keep that up. So game number 3 going to be on the good old Caribbean, the one bore start, and well, Hyperdiver just donated another $3.50, and he says it's my advice to type in chat for Warlords to win a game. I don't really know what you mean by that, but thank you for your donation. Okay, yeah, I really have no idea what that means. Sorry. So we'll introduce the players then for game number 3. Obviously, the one bore start certainly makes it interesting. It certainly makes the feudal age quite challenging, and it's obviously very important to get up to the feudal age as fast as you can. In this on this map and in this situation with a water map. So let's have a look where these guys are at. The TyRanT Legends then up to the northwest. In the teal we've got Doubt, and he is playing as the Japanese. To the left of him in the yellow we've got the Viper. He's playing as the Huns in the pocket position there. In the other pocket, we've got Jordan 23. He's playing in the green as the Vikings. And on the right flank, or on the very south for the TyRanT Legends, we've got Cab playing as the Mayans. So on the flanks then, we've got the Mayans and the Japanese, with the Mongols and the Vikings and the Huns in the pocket. Now for the TyRanT Warlords, up to the very north of the map, in the purple, we've got Slam. He's playing as the Huns. In their pocket position, we've got Backed in the orange, and he's playing as the Japanese. In the other pocket, we've got Riet in the grey, playing as the Mongols. And on that right flank, on the southeast in the red, we've got Fire playing as the Vikings. So Vikings, Mongols, Japanese, and Huns. So on the north of the map, on both flanks, we've got Japanese versus the Huns, and on the south flank, we've got the Mayans versus the Vikings. Vikings gonna have a nice time there, I feel, but the Mayans are a great civ on this map simply because their resources last 20% longer. So that one boar that they have, that single boar, will give them a little bit more food as the Mayans. All their sheep will give them an extra 20 food. All of their deer will give them a bit of extra food as well. So the Mayans certainly get a little bit of extra food from their natural, or their starting food resources. And that is a big deal on this map, because that one boar there is going to make food income a little bit challenging, and obviously the feudal age time is really important. You've got to get a good feudal age time if you want to win the water, and winning the water, that's what this map is about. So thank you very much, Elvanor, for becoming a Warlord and subscribing. It is much appreciated. I really thank you guys for the support. So thank you very much for subscribing, man. But yeah, like I said, getting that water control is vital. And the chances are as well, there's going to be a lot of fishing going on as well. Another donation as well. Doombig donated $3.97. He says, omelette de fromage.
We had that for dinner.
Oh, yeah, we had that for dinner. We did. We had omelettes for dinner. Did he know that?
No.
Oh, wow, that's weird. How did you know we had omelettes for dinner? We did have omelettes, and we had cheese on those omelettes as well. I think... I'm going to close the curtains in a minute because I think someone's watching us. That's weird. But thank you for your donation, man. Much appreciated. But yeah, like I said, getting the water is so important. And because there is a little shortage of food on this map, the chances are players are going to have a few more fishing ships as well, which is very important to get out. So we're going to be watching closely on the flanks, because that's where the feudal galley rush is going to be going on. The pockets, well, the pockets might be really tempted to do the feudal galley rush as well, because in the pocket position on this map, you're pretty close to the flank anyway. So you can support the flank quite easily. Everybody's in the same position with their starting resources. So the pocket position players, fast castling I don't think is a good idea. I think getting that feudal galley aggression is the way to go. But we will see how that goes down very soon. The one thing that I'm most interested in right here is not the tech tree. We know the tech tree, but not that one either. What am I looking for? Not that one. That one. The non-mirror civs right here. We actually have Mongols for Riot, and we've got Mayans for Cab. So that difference there, choosing Mayans over the Mongols, is certainly interesting. And for the Tyrant Legends, I can only assume they're doing that for the extra resources. I'm not sure why they'd want to choose that over another option. So interesting, but either way, we'll watch out, see who's going feudal first. We've already got a couple of players up. In fact, look at that, Riot. Riot is such a legend with his feudal times. They're so fast, so fast. Pure AOE donated $3. He said, say this. De it's feest uten skin vest. I have no idea. I don't know how you pronounce an A and an E together. That's just not something I know. I don't even know what language that is. I'm so oblivious to the world around me. It's bad. It's bad. So feudal age for Riot, blazing fast. My God, you guys. Tim watches Twitch, $5. He said, chop suey for me. Can't eat anything but soup because my wisdom tooth's being a bitch, man. Tim watches Twitch, his wisdom tooth's being a bitch. Oh man, that's a shame. I've never had an issue with my wisdom teeth, to be honest with you. They've not given me any trouble so far, but I've heard that it is the worst getting a wisdom tooth out. So I feel very bad for you, man, and I hope you're feeling better soon. I would not like eating soup every day. I mean, I quite like soup, but a little bit too much soup is not good. I mean, I can't imagine it's good for the digestive system either. Having like an entirely liquid diet. Anywho, Riot here is up to the feudal age, Edad feudal, and he is continuing to pump out fishing ships. I don't know if he's misclicking that, but no, he's bringing over galleys quickly here on this south side of the map to try and pressure things on the water. Hyperdiaper says, a skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stumps stunk, but the stump thunk the skunk stunk. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, even if that wasn't a tongue twister, it doesn't make any sense, man. What does it mean? I have no idea. But look at this. It means that Riot is thumping his stumps onto these fishing ships and sinking them pretty quickly. Cab losing 2 ships already, and Fire now bringing in some of these galleys as well. Now, I've got to say that the Warlords did put a better fight up on the water in that very first game, and I kind of feel like in this situation, with having the Mongols over the Mayans as well, they could be in a position where they will have an advantage on the water here. I'm excited to see whether the Warlords are going to be dominant on the water this game and finally get a point on the board here. So Riot very fast up to the feudal age, but Jordan here, Cab on the defensive. They've got that reinforcement advantage. The distance to reinforce is much less. They can get those galleys out much quicker. But Cab's already lost 2 fishing ships already, and that is a bad start for those guys. Fire now bringing in more galleys, Riot as well, but Riot's losing galleys here, just throwing them away. Really kind of messy from him. And up at the north of the map, a little bit messy to kind of figure out what's going on here. But Badgeofro and Slam pushing forwards against Viper and Doubt, and they're looking really good. They're looking really good up here. Look at that. There's like 10 galleys versus 4 for the Tyrant Warlords versus the Legends there. Great start. And Doubt's going to lose a couple of fishing ships here. If he's not careful, Viper's going to lose a few galleys as well. And that's a great start for the Tyrant Warlords. They've got fishing ship kills in the south. They're really dominant on the water in the north. And that is exactly the start they want to get if they want to win this game. Now, this map itself is not too bad. There's quite a bit of gold on these starting islands. So the gold is not an issue. The stone is not an issue either. The center of the map, although it does have a little bit of extra gold and wood, it's not really a huge importance of. It's not of huge importance to control it. So I think really in this map, it's just pure water. It's not like Migration where you need to get to the middle. There's plenty of resources on your home island to keep you going with that galley rush for some time. Now, the TyRanT Legends falling behind in the water, it seems already. Having a quick look at the kills and losses and all that jazz, we can see that Bad Geofro so far has the most kills with 7 kills and 0 losses. Great start from him. And elsewhere on the map, we've got down in the south, Riot killing 4, losing 4, Fire killing 4, losing 1. So it seems like the Warlords are trading really well. And they've got fletching a little bit sooner as well now, with Fire getting that fletching upgrade nice and early, giving him a big advantage here against Cab and Jordan 23 as him and Rit work together on that south side. So the Warlords try to bring down this dock from Doubt now. If they can stop that dock from staying up, if they can prevent that galley production, then Doubt's going to be in a whole world of hurt. He's already in a bit of trouble. Doubt at the moment just getting caught out in every angle. He is surrounded by the Warlords' ships, and for the Legends here, I'm wondering what their plan is going to be if they do lose the water, which could be a very real possibility at the moment. Are they going to try and fast castle it and try and boom up and retake the water that way? Or are they just going to focus on bringing out more and more docks and just try and take the water back by sheer production? It'll be interesting to see, but it's going to be tough for the Warlords, for the Legends, if the Warlords push this advantage like they are doing at the moment. Fire and Riot at the south looking pretty good right here. The army control from Cab is certainly lacking. He's got quite a lot of stray galleys here, and they are really getting cut down very quickly. The overall score, to give you a little idea about how that's going, is about 200 in favor of the TyRanT Warlords at the moment, and they're just going to keep pushing this advantage. Doubt's coming in from behind here. He's going to perhaps try and get some fishing ships, but he's not going to be successful. He is instead going to run headlong into Fire's galleys. Doubt's just going to get cleaned up. These galleys are not going to survive much longer here as they get surrounded, blocked, and surrounded once again by both Riot and Fire. So terrible start for Doubt, losing a lot of galleys already. He's got the lowest score in the game at the moment, and he's lost 16 galleys, killing only 3 units, which is certainly a very, very bad ratio. Looking at economy as well, look at the population there, we can see that the economies are pretty close. Riot's got 40 villages, he's got the most at the moment, and it looks like he's on the way up to castle very soon as well, with Riot at the moment just getting up that market. He's not going to be far off that 800, 200 gold that he needs for the Imperial Age. So Bad Geofro and Slam in the north, they should be all over this at the moment. Doubt, in this situation, again, doesn't even have fletching here. He's not having a good game at the moment. And this advantage for Bad Geofro and Slam is going to be too large for Viper to compensate for on his own. He's going to really struggle with that. In the south, Fire, Riot still pushing forwards, and Warlords are probably going to be feeling pretty good about the way this game is going so far. So I want to check if anyone else is up to castle yet. Indeed, we do have a few players. Slam is up, we've got Viper up, we've got Jordan up, and Fire as well. So that's two for each team up to the next age. But Viper and Jordan, as usual, very, very fast up to the castle age. I think Slam was the fastest though. And considering how well these guys are doing in the north, Slam being the fastest up to castle as well is certainly going to be problematic for Viper, because he's going to be outnumbered and he's going to be out-teched a little bit sooner. These guys bringing down the docks from Doubt very quickly, and they're going to stop Doubt from even having a chance of getting back onto the water. Doubt's plan then, what's it going to be? Well, he could try and rebuild his docks. He could sling, and indeed, he's actually slinging. I was going to say he could sling, he could boom and try and get up to the castle age, but at the moment, losing villages, losing ships, losing population, losing docks, losing just about everything he's built so far, which is certainly not ideal. In the south, things still looking good for Fire at the moment. Slam then first up to castle. Now this sling from Doubt is gonna be interesting. He's sending his resources to Cab and to Jordan, and these guys, remember, both in the south of the map, both looking for that castle age upgrade very soon. And I think the hope is that Cab and Jordan will be able to push this back a little bit once they reach the castle age. Obviously, Viper now up to the castle age as well, and Jordan 23 as well. That makes 2 for the Legends, just 1 for the Warlords. But once again, Doubt losing a bunch of galleys. And these guys are forced to run away as Slam upgrades to War Galley there and gets that Bodkin Arrow. Pardon me, that Bodkin Arrow upgrade. So Fire now up to Castle, Bagiofra up to Castle. And if the Warlords don't make any mistakes from here, they should have a very firm grasp on this game. Once one team starts to get a certain point ahead, they are gonna be able to stay ahead, provided they don't mess up. But that's the key thing right there. Jotabite, sorry, just donated $5. He says, I do not understand why they do not build castles near the docks. Castles provide an effective defense against galleys. Yes, they do, but you have to be in the castle age to build a castle. Most of these players have only just reached the castle age. Doubt lost his docks before he even clicked up to the castle age. He probably wouldn't have been able to get the stone and build a castle before he lost his docks. Building castles and defending your docks in the late game, you will see that happen quite a lot. Once players start to get Imperial, they will start putting castles up on the shoreline to protect them. But Galleons with Bracer will be able to hit the dock from out of range of the castle as well. So, I mean, they're not that effective. They do help. But to be honest with you, at this stage of the game, it's going to be very unlikely that anyone's going to be able to afford a castle. If they can afford a castle, they would have lost out on a lot of food, wood and gold, and they would have a lot less ships, and they probably would have lost water because of that. So Cab's just reached the castle age now, kind of late compared to these guys over here, losing a bunch of galleys, but Fire and Riot perhaps going to have to go back here as Jordan has a ton of war galleys on the map. Thanks to that sling from Doubt, he's managed to mass a lot of galleys up very quickly. He's got a total of 7 docks here on the right side of his island, and Jordan is looking pretty dominant over there. Maxterus donated $5. Said, how many boards could the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? I like that. That's fantastic. You know what? I'm going to read you guys some limericks that we wrote yesterday or the day before later on. They were pretty fun. So down here in the south, it looks like Fire and Riot might get pushed back very soon. Now that Cab's got Castle Age and he's got these war galleys in, now that Jordan has a huge number of galleys, they might start pushing it back. The problem is, Viper's been 2v1 in the north of the map, and suddenly he's got nothing left. He's got no boats on the map at all. Doubt's got no boats on the map, and it's effectively 4v2 on the water, even though these guys in the south are fighting in a 2v2. So obviously the Warlord's going to suspect something's a bit weird here, the fact that Jordan has so many galleys. But over at Viper's base, he's focusing now on getting that 2nd and 3rd TC up. He's not producing any galleys at all, I don't think. And this is where, if fire ships worked, this is where, if fire ships were not broken, this is where Viper would be making fire ships. But unfortunately, because fire ships are broken, they're not powerful enough. That's not an option. And instead, he's going to boom up. Doubt still slinging, hoping to get enough of an advantage down here that they can start to push Fire and Riot right back. But Fire getting a kill in this wood line, causing a little bit of a problem for Cab there. But these guys should be okay down in the south now. And of course, if they can mass enough war galleys, and if they can catch this army from Slam and from Bagiofra off guard, sort of out of position, then maybe they can start to pull the water back. The Legends, although they're very much in a bad position at the moment, they're certainly not out of the game just yet. There is always room for a comeback. That comeback, though, is about 800 points difference at the moment. They're going to have to do a lot if they want to pull things through or pull things back. But Jordan has got a ton of galleys right now. Let's have a quick check that military population there. Jordan's got 42 galleys, Fire's got 33, and Slam has 24. That means that Slam and Fire have more than Jordan, but with Cab combined, they might be just about even. And I'm just waiting for this battle to commence down here. The problem is Badgeofro and Fire are coming in from... Sorry, Badgeofro and Slam are coming in from behind. So the battle commences. Riot and Fire just going in right here. And they know they're probably outnumbered, but it's fine because from the rear, Badgeofro and Slam appearing from the fog. And they are going to be suddenly causing a little bit of a problem for Jordan. Now, if Jordan and Cab win this fight, I'll be pretty impressed. I don't know how they're going to do it, but if they do win this fight, that could be the beginning of a comeback for the TyRanT Legends. So far, things are looking like they are going in the Warlords' favor. We'll have a quick look at the scores. 4,000 to 3,200. So there's still 800 difference. It still seems to me that the Warlords have the advantage, and they are pushing it as well. Cab and Jordan running back to this choke point. And that's it. They've broken their lines. The Warlords are going to be victorious in that little fight there. And they might be tempted now to start bringing down some of these docks. But either way, the Legends need to boom up here. They need to get back onto the water somehow. I wonder what the Viper's plan at the moment is. He's just booming with 3 TCs. He's obviously going to try and get onto the water again at some point, but there's no landings going on or anything like that. Now here's the big thing. Jordan has made it up to the Imperial Age. Obviously with the help of the sling from Doubt. He's the only player to reach Imperial so far. He's the only player to even click up to the Imperial Age so far. And he has a lot of docks. And he has a Galleon on the way. He's got Bracer on the way. And he is producing this off of 1 TC. Just 1 TC. But he's into the Imperial Age. That sling from Doubt's definitely helping him out. And Jordan here going to be trying to bring out as many Galleons as he possibly can, as fast as he can. Now, Jordan is like their only hope at the moment. If Jordan can't pull this back with the help of Cab, then it's going to be very difficult for them to ever pull it back. This is their one shot. They've only got one shot to win the water. There's the Galleon upgrade for Jordan. He's got +1 defense as well. That ship armor was always a good one to go for. And I guess he's going to be looking for chemistry very soon. There it is. It's on 50% as well. Plenty of resources coming his way. But will he have the production? Will he have the means to take down these armies? I want to believe. I want to believe that he can do it. But I don't know if he's going to be able to. Time will tell. Time will tell. Badgeofro, Slam retreating. This is the first time I've seen the Warlords in retreat for a while. And they're probably trying to buy themselves some time. Because both Slam and... who else? There we go. Yeah, Slam and Badgeofro are up to the Imperial Age. So it's going to be 2 Warlords into the Imperial Age very soon. Versus the 1 Legend who is into the Imperial Age. No one else has clicked up yet. Fire's just clicked up. And that's going to be another Warlord up to the Imperial Age. So the Warlords just have to keep their galley counts up. They just have to retreat. They have to run. They have to make sure they keep their galleys alive. And then as soon as the Warlords get 3 of their players into the Imperial Age, they are going to hammer home the advantage. With 3 Imperial Age players, that's 3 sets of galleons. And the Legends at this point in time are pretty much relying on just Jordan to lay down the damage. And also Cab, of course, at the moment. Anyone else up to Imp? Well, it seems like Viper's on the way up. And that's about it for now. Other than what we've said already, of course. Viper's plan? I don't know if he really has too much of a plan. It's difficult to say. He looks like he might be tempted to try and retake the water, but he's going to struggle getting docks up at this point. He might be tempted to put up a castle on the shore, like was suggested earlier. But at the moment, he is pretty surrounded. There's the castle. There it is. So the castle's going up. He's going to try and protect his docks here as best he can. And he is going to try and bring some of his own galleons out very soon. But they're slamming to the Imperial Age. And over on this right side, that's pretty mad. Fire and Riot together there with a huge number of galleys. Of course, Badgerfro joining the fight. Doesn't even matter that Jordan 23 has Galleon here, because these guys just have the numbers. You know, that's enough. So Badgerfro now Imp. So we're gonna see Galleon from him in just a minute. Slam Imp. So we're gonna see Galleon from him in just a minute. Meanwhile, Viper trying to pull back onto the water here, making mass docks and getting his way up to the Imperial Age. He's going to do everything he can, of course, but it will be tough. It will be very, very tough. There's still going to be 4v2, 4v3 even. And Cab at the moment is pretty slow up to the Imperial Age as well. He's still in the Castle Age right now. Even with the sling from Doubt, he is struggling to get up to the Imperial Age here. He doesn't have a second TC or anything like that, so it's going to be quite a while. I feel like Cab's economy really kind of imbalanced at the moment, which is not great. Not great. So we've got Riot then. Let's see. Is Riot on the way up to Imp? Well, Fire's Imp. We know that much. Riot is still Castle for now. But that's 3 out of the 4 Warlords into the Imperial Age. That's 3 of the 4 Warlords upgrading or upgraded to Galleon. And now that's just the second legend up to the Imperial Age, with Viper just hitting the Imperial Age now. So I'm starting to worry for the legends a little bit. They kind of have these guys on the defensive here. But it's kind of an illusion. They're not really on the defensive. They just fell back so that they could get their upgrades and then turn back around and push out again. This is going to be pretty gnarly on this right side. There's a lot of galleons there. Cab's going forwards as Jordan is retreating. Oh, Cab going to lose a few galleys here unnecessarily. And Cab's just going to run away. He realizes that after seeing that horde, that mess, that huge group of galleons, he's going to realize that he does not want to fight that. He does not want to fight that. So Viper's progress getting back onto the water then. How's that looking? Well, so far, so good, I guess. He's got the galleon upgrade. He's got ship armor. He's got bodkin arrow and fletching and bracer. That's what I was trying to say initially. But Slam is going to bring a lot more units into this side very quickly. He's able to hit Doubt's economy. He's able to do damage from the water. He definitely outnumbers this army when he's got all of his army together, that is. And on the right side, yeah, Jordan is being pushed right back. Cab is being pushed right back. Now, these guys, they could try some kind of landing or something like that, but it's going to be very difficult to pull off a landing. The thing is, if you try and land when you've not got the wards control, it is very hard, because the other guys can just cut your landing and cut your landing to bits with their galleys from the water. It makes it very difficult. At the moment, Jordan's sending some villagers across to the middle. He's the first to go over there by the looks of things. Riot as well going across to the middle now, bringing up a castle there. And we're going to see as well the Imperial Age very soon for Riot and for Cab. Both of them pretty close to the Imperial Age now. Cab a little bit faster, but Riot with a little bit of a larger economy by the looks of things. So it's pretty close there for those guys on the Imperial Age upgrade. But what is not close is the sheer number of units on the water for the Warlords team. The Legends, though, they are still hanging on in there. They are still pressing on. I just don't know if at this point it's really worth it. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull this off or not. There is just too many galleys here from the Warlords team, and Jordan can't hold this in a 2v or 3v1 situation. You know, Fire, Badgerfro, and Riot are all piling into this area. And although Cab is now into the Imperial Age, he doesn't have that many boats. He's got a decent amount. But it's almost too late. Jordan's going to lose a lot of galleons here. And Cab's losing his docks pretty quickly as well. His economy kind of surrounded. Fire fighting from the water, or shooting from the water. Going to bring down some of these villagers here. Still on the left side, Slam and Backed holding the fort, holding their flank. To be honest with you, I'm surprised they've not tried to pressure Doubt a little more. But they have killed quite a few villagers from the shoreline, from the water, denying a couple of wood gathering points. So that's good. And, that's going to set Doubt back even further, which is certainly not good. Now Jordan, a little bit of a pincer maneuver coming in. And everything's just being piled into this one area of the map. Fire and Bagiofro coming in on the south side, coming in this way. Then we've got Slam and Bagiofro coming in on the top. Jordan and Viper doing everything they can to stop this, but there's so many units here. I don't know why Fire's going back. Perhaps he needs to stop the galleons of Cab. Indeed he does. Riot, though, about to have Galleon himself in just a second. Meanwhile, on the land, they are fighting for the control of the center with some capped rams and with some trebs. But that doesn't really matter at the moment. What matters is the fact that Jordan just called GG. And after losing most of his navy there, after seeing that the Warlords just clearly had a huge navy in comparison to what they could manage, they decided to give it up at that point. And to be honest with you, I think they did a good thing getting Doubt to Sling. Obviously, Jordan was in Imp really early, but he just couldn't do the damage. He couldn't chase the Warlords down, and the Warlords just turned it back around as soon as 3 of their players got Imp. And you know, with that, it's very difficult to fight when you're at a disadvantage. It's just about pure numbers. And if you've got one player who's not contributing to those numbers, aka Doubt here, there's not a lot you can do apart from hope to get a good position, hope to catch them off guard. But at this level of play, these guys don't make too many mistakes, and finding those mistakes to exploit is not easily done. So there you go. Game number 3. Water war, of course, but you have to have a water war in these tournaments. You can't avoid that. And the Warlords got it. Obviously dominant on the water. The Warlords doing great on the water in both water maps so far, or both maps that had water on. So that makes the overall score 2-1. We'll put that up on the scoreboard right about now.